Let's see. It says 6 waiting, but who the hell knows? Testes. Anybody got testes?
Massive delay, though.
All right, we got the commercial.
I got an advertisement.
Yeah, I got a commercial for some basketball.
I got a commercial too.
Hey, there we go.
Woo!
Skip ads. I don't want to get paid for this. There we go. We're live. 4 of us are live. I don't know where Randy is. I know Black Phoenix won't be here today. He's going to look at hairy pussies with his wife.
Okay. On that note, where'd that come from?
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. They're at a cat show.
Oh, never. Yeah,
they're at a cat show
early today.
Got to start off early for this season.
Oh my lord!
AB hasn't even gotten here yet.
Yeah. If this is your first time here, hopefully it's not your last time. But we aren't always the most kid friendly channel. We're not the worst.
No,
but we middle of the day. Most of us don't have alcohol. I'm assuming yet. I probably will at dinner time.
I'm dry.
Yeah. So I'm a little dry
myself. You don't have to change diaper midstream.
Not yet. Give it another 5 years.
That's the beauty of a diaper. You ain't got to change it.
Right.
I wonder how many people use a diaper on 1,000-mile rides. Yeah, who needs a pit stop?
Talk of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Sponsor.
As a diver, if you go on long dives, we would use what we would call a condom catheter. So basically, you have a condom attached to medical tubing, and it would expel out a port in your dry suit. Obviously, in a wetsuit, it don't matter. Unless you're diving in a pool, then somebody might get pissed off.
Or pissed off.
Like that. That's kind of like when we were at home. There was a point when we were just drenched in rain. There was a time there where I just almost went on my bike. I was like, the hell with it, my jeans already soaked.
Yep. And there was no winning in 2021 because I put on my rain suit pants. I was sweating I was just as wet from sweat as I would have been from riding in the rain.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, just a quick roll call. I know not all 6 of us are here, but who's going to VAM next year?
I plan to.
I most likely will. That's usually kind of a given.
No mixed no?
No. I don't think Randy was planning on it, and I don't think Jason was planning on it.
Damn it! I was hoping to have a time where all 6 of us could get together because that's still.
Well, the other option also is Pam. So
that's like 3. That's like 3 hours from me.
So that might be closer to you.
Yeah.
We got to figure something out.
Not that either, Jace.
Nope. That's not gonna make that one either. I don't think.
Yeah, that one's just outside of Pittsburgh. It's actually in West Virginia, right?
Yeah.
It's in that little that wedge between right off the Ohio River.
You realize that's
I'll probably go. I haven't
week.
booked a hotel or nothing for it.
No,
it's
he's
Wednesday
got it scheduled for
Sunday.
Thursday through Sunday. He kind of does the same thing that VAM did, but it's
Yeah, he did Wednesday through Sunday.
I'm just trying to figure a way for all 6 of us to get together because that's my one regret, especially with Bubba, is even though all 6 of us were at VAM 2021, we were all never in the same place at one time.
Yeah. We may have to put something together in Ohio again because that's kind of central for all of us, honestly. We could do something like that.
I'd be down for the triple nickel again.
Yeah. Be nice because we didn't get to stop at the museum.
Yeah.
There's just a lot that day. That's all that was.
It was,
yeah.
Well,
especially with a big group.
Yeah, I'll be happier riding my own bike. I mean, don't get me wrong. That Rebel was fun, but I want my own bike.
How many miles you got on your bike now?
About 720 or so. I'm hoping to hit 1,000 before she gets put away. I mean,
Yeah.
Shed's right outside the house. So, I mean, if we get a halfway decent day, I rode Kristen's bike out to Arkport, which is about 60 miles from us. It's near that one Maddie's Motorsports I was telling you about because she's having mini apes put on so they can be rolled back a little bit so she can reach better. And she's just going to store it there for the winter.
His original dates were the 12th, ending the 15th.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Angie, by the way.
Yeah. I went just out. Well, I was out by Arkport, end of September, beginning of October?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I still haven't been to that Harley dealership because I don't make it out. I've been past it so many times. I got to stop.
The great thing is they pretty much sell everything but Indian.
Yeah.
They sell everything. They're Harley, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Honda. They're not carrying those Rowacco trikes, which I sat on one on Friday. That was a weird effing feeling. Let me tell you what.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've been to Maddie's out there twice now. I sat on a few.
That's a nice dealership. Dealership.
I like them. They were nice the last time I stopped out there years ago. They weren't pushy. You know?
Yeah. I went there when I was that summertime after my accident when Christian's like, yoink, I'm taking you out of the house. We're going to go look at bikes because you need to get out of the house. And they were real cool with me there too. Real nice dealership. A lot of nice product.
I haven't been to the new dealership yet, but the first week they were open, they had an Indian demo ride.
Nice.
I'm like, my dealership hasn't done that in 4 years.
Mine does every year, but they don't do the Harley demo truck because it costs $10,000. So they just use what they have in stock.
Yeah, I got to go up to Zero. Zero said that you can go out and test one out anytime you want.
Yeah, I was going to say, you and me need to meet up there sometime and go for a ride on some Zeros.
Yeah, because they picked up a couple different models now, I guess. They have one that's supposed to be like a adventure bags and everything on it.
Yep.
They still don't have the range that I would trust that, though, but...
No. Well, I already said if I bought a bike from them, I literally would have to trailer it home, or I'd have to stop at a fast charger. I wouldn't make it.
That's what I
thought. Jason,
like to have.
Your question from you texted me yesterday or the night before or whatever, and Derek, you knew this too, but my recent new affiliations add more road trip meetings, which is fine for me because it's more miles. But the major event of the year is the week before Pam. So I'd be like going up there doing that thing and then turn around and then come back going this way. So works for me.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You can either send them or just text them my dad.
Okay, I only took a couple.
That's fine. Sorry, talking to Kristen.
Yeah, I don't plan on doing much other than Vam probably next year. I might do Pam. I don't know. It's just I got 2 kids graduating school this year. I've already got 2 concert trips planned to this Darien Lake, so we're going actually June, and then we're going again in September to concerts. So
okay. So I guess that answers my question. I forgot I was going to ask you if you were thinking about maybe going to Maiden.
No, because Maiden is November in Pittsburgh.
Right.
Which I haven't bought tickets for that. There's also it's Smashing Pumpkins, Green Day, and Rancid in Pittsburgh. But that one is
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, September 1st. I could care less about Green Day, but Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, I saw them during the Melancholy and Infinite Sadness tour.
Yeah.
That was an amazing concert.
But yeah, we're going to Creed because Creed's touring again. But that's with like 3 Doors Down, and they're doing like a whole tour, summer of '99 tour. So
nice. Yeah, I'm pissed off. I found out the other day that I wasn't paying attention. Tool was actually in Rochester, and I didn't even realize it. And they're a bucket list. They're a bucket list concert for me.
Maynard James Keenan from Tool. All of his bands are doing show together.
Cool.
So there's the closest show for that right now is like Detroit or somewhere in Michigan. So yeah, this is going to be the weirdest live stream ever because it's basically just us and a couple stalkers.
Well, sometimes people trickle in as time goes on, but you know, I mean, I don't want to bogart anybody's free time.
Yeah, I know.
Especially Veterans Day weekend, gentlemen. But I'm always down to chat with y'all. I wish we could see each other more.
Yeah, no. I'd like to do more live streams doing other shit too, but it's like I can't see that.
Yeah,
I know. I gotta take the blur off.
Blur off, yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not drinking. There.
Yeah. Hold on.
My eyes always are bloodshot because I feel like crap half the time. Yeah, I started coming down with something like last Friday. Didn't sleep for like 2 days. What's this?
You can see what that's saying.
Swap from
Windshield bolts.
do at the dealership. Windshield bolts.
Oh yeah, the Road Glide something. Swapping.
Oh, you're upgrading.
Yeah, and I'll just leave it at that. So that's what my afternoon after this is going to be doing is going out to the bike. And
I just got one question, man. I gotta ask it.
I'm not going to say what it is.
I already know what it is. I just wanted you to verify.
No, I don't think you do know what it is because of what I've been sharing. People, if anybody were to guess, they'd be surprised.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I will tell you this: it's not the CVO because they wanted like $1,000 a month for that.
That's more than my. I mean, granted, I got a piece of shit house in the city of Rochester, but that's more than my mortgage was.
I was interested in biting, but I'm not paying that much a month.
Well, you know what they say: never buy version 1.0 of anything.
Right, and that's kind of what we're looking at. Is her idea, which makes it even better for me. But she's like, "We'll do this, ride this, and do this for 4 years or so, and whatever, and let him work the kinks out of that one, and then trade that in for the CVO model." But we'll see.
That and I mean, they're all beautiful bikes, but I can't. To me, a CVO needs a very special paint job. And granted, I've not seen the orange reddish one in person, but I can't spend that kind of money on a silver bike.
It's funny because I actually
I like it, but I like
the they called it silver platinum. I like that better than I like the whiskey neat because I'm not a big fan of the whole two-tone thing. I'm just have that on that current bike I've got, and I don't mind it. But if I were to go in the direction I want to go, I prefer a solid color.
Yeah, I love the colors that they had last year.
Now we got 6 watching, but no comments. That's interesting.
Yeah.
This is your first one back, or our first one back. So you're right, Jason. It is kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I advertised it all week, and like I said, not that we get a lot anyway. I mean, I think at peak one point we got 30. We average usually in the teens somewhere. I'm like, I don't care, whatever. I'm not a huge channel. None of us are freaking 10,000, 15,000 subscribers. It's still fun to do it.
We get a lot of the same people all the time. It's nice.
Which is good.
Yeah. I know the weather here is still pretty decent. Like, I mean, I took both bikes out around the block today. I had to put my wife's snow tires on her car. And then I had started up my Scout 60 in like 2 weeks because it's just been like, all right, a little bit of rain, and it's cold as fuck. It's not like the warm rain we had at VAM. It's not warm 70-degree rain. It's 40s. And I've seen so many. I've always seen deer out on the roads. I've seen so many bucks out this year. I thought about getting my hunting license.
Dude, we were riding yesterday during Veterans Day and last night and Friday, and I think we've seen collectively more roadkill, deer, whatever, this year than I have seen in recent 3 to 4 years. I mean, it's like
we got
there's one on the way to, hey, Maurice, there was one on the way to our meeting yesterday that was just like spread. I mean, the things, entrails were spread across the road. It was kind of hard to miss.
Yeah, I see it all the time because I have a 40-mile one-way ride to work. But I mean, I've seen a lot more buck this year for some reason, and I don't know why. Like I saw one sitting on the road that the rack was freaking huge. Like any hunter would have been proud to collect that rack. It was a freaking huge deer. There was no car parts, so I had to be a semi. Either that or was shot and it just died on the road. I don't know.
Now, see, if you was in Ohio, the rack would have been stolen off of that thing.
Yeah. But let's say I've never been into hunting or anything, but man, if I see that many buck out there, I'm going to start. You know?
I was, but it's been many years. But I do love me some venison.
Oh yeah, that's what I grew up around. My mom's boyfriend used to hunt. Like his workplace shut down for them to go deer hunting every year. Like,
yep,
you got a week's vacation to do whatever, but they also shut down for.
Yep, it's almost like a national holiday in some places. Yep.
Well, Pennsylvania, the first day of hunting season, they closed school still.
Right.
I'm like, that's crazy.
Because they know half the kids aren't going to be there anyhow.
Yeah.
Might as well do it.
Yeah. But yeah, Maurice is here.
Yeah,
another VAM veteran.
Thanks for popping by, Maurice. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll get some more people popping in here soon. Yeah. It's our first one of the year.
Yeah, we had a couple questions, but I'm not worried about it. If we don't have that many show up, we'll just free fly, whatever.
Free ball it.
Yeah, free balling. Don't look down under the table. I'm indoors now, so I can do whatever I want. It's still cold in the basement, though. I got to run a heater. But
yeah, I went out and bought a space heater, but it's just warm enough in here today that I don't have to.
Yeah. To say it's not bad out here today. I mean, yeah, it's 40s, but
same.
We're supposed to have a dry week, I think, at least till Friday.
Dry weekend. I think for us at one point it's going to go up into the low to mid 50s. So my ass is getting out.
Yeah, I don't care what the temperature is. Honestly, it just takes me longer to get dressed.
Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. Like when I rode Kristen's bike to Arkport, I had my jeans on. I put a hoodie on. Put my Tourmaster overpants on, my Harley leather jacket, my gloves, and made me think of this, Toby, when you told me about not wearing your gauntlets. I'm like, even though I was able to get the gloves under, inside the jacket and zipped it up and all that, so I didn't have that much wind going on. I'm like, yeah, I need to buy a pair of gauntlets.
Yeah, I've got those heated gloves I bought a couple years ago, and they work great, but like the last 2 years, it's like New York. All of a sudden, there's a little snow on the ground, salt.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, I'm done riding for the year.
Right. Well, and that's my thing. It's like I don't. It's not so much the cold that bothers me. It's the ice and the salt.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to ride the Scout 60 is getting up there in the miles and the years, but I still don't want it rotting out.
Right.
That's what the Chonda's for. But I can't take that on the highway because it's too fucking slow. That'll be my last bike under 400 cc's or under 650.
It's a 250, right?
229 cc's. So
okay.
Yeah, it's even with the gear swaps and shit on it, it'll do max 70 when that's downhill.
Right.
I didn't buy it. I mean, I didn't initially buy it to go highway riding, but it's kind of frustrating. Like, I don't care. I've ridden when it's been shitty out. It's been some slush on the road, and I'll take it out. So that's due for some wheel bearings right now. So that's my next video. Probably is going to be wheel bearings on that. I'm going to do the front brakes on the Maverick. I got brakes for that the other day. Slight upgrade, not really a high-end upgrade. I'm not doing any performance brakes, but I'm putting some ceramic brake pads on it.
Nice. Are those discs or drums?
Disc.
Nice.
Yeah, they look like they're a pretty easy swap on the truck. So, and I actually had somebody asked me to do that. Like,
Oh! I'm sorry. You said Maverick. I was thinking.
yeah, the Maverick.
I was thinking of old Ford Maverick. My bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I know the Fairlane's got drums all the way around. I don't know if I want to screw with that because
Either
that's
that,
got
just find
that's got a weird setup on it because there's some the way the drums are on there. You can't just hammer them off. There's something holding the drums on those.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're the KLX actually Kawasaki. There's a question on there. KLX has a 230 Kawasaki. There's actually a class of 230 like dirt bike, whatever. A lot of them are actually 230 and not 250. There's only a few out there that are actually a true 250.
That new Honda they just came out with, man, that's $3,000. It's
Yeah, I think that's only a 125 though. I don't even think that one's a 250. It's literally a
125.
Yeah.
Oh, they came out with two of them then. That's right, because they have
Yeah.
they have the 125 and they came out with the 300 something. I did
Yeah.
XL for like extra lower.
Yeah.
It's got lower seat height.
They the funny thing is with that new Honda, it's a Chinese Honda. They actually don't. It's not it's not a regular Japanese Honda. It's basically a remake of like the '80s, which that's what like my bike's a rip off of the 80s Hondas. That's why they're so cheap.
Give it another 10 years, everything else will be too.
Oh yeah. That's what they also have that Chinese version of the Sportster, the old Sportster.
Yep. What is it? That 400X or X400?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I'll never buy a bike this small again. I love riding it, but it's so frustrating when you got a truck up your ass and you're trying to go 60, 70 miles an hour. It's like there's the one stretch of road from here to about 15, 20 miles away. It's up, down, up, down. Like I'll get away from the truck, then they'll catch up to me. I'll get away. It's frustrating.
Mm-hmm. That's how it was with the Navi. I mean, it was a hell of a lot of fun to ride, but it couldn't even get out of its own way. I mean, and I'm probably bigger than the target demographic rider size, but I mean, I went down that one hill, Empire Road, and then it goes back up, and cars were passing me like I was standing still, and I had that thing pegged at like 40.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever I get from here on out, it's got to have a minimum top speed of at least 80, 85. I mean, it's frustrating. Not that I have to be at 80, 85 all the time, but
right.
That's what I got to work on my old Suzuki because that's a 450. That bike would do 70 easy on the highway. It would cruise for a while.
I've been interested about you working on it and getting that up and running again.
Yeah, I got to make a decision though once I get it done if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to get rid of the Chonda. Quite honestly, there's no reason for me to have three bikes. I mean, I love motorcycles, but I can't ride all three at once. So
yeah, that's why I always said, barring me winning the lottery, I don't think I'd ever have more than two.
And I'm not a collector. I mean, I'm a collector, but
right, I know what you mean.
I don't see me going to sit. I'd like to go to shows with the Fairlane when it's done. It's never going to be a high end, winning vehicle. But
you know what? It was built, not bought. That's the most important thing. I'm
ready to slap this shit back together and just drive it at this point.
Well, I'm hoping to get to see it at some point myself because you know me, I bleed Ford blue.
Yeah, I have yet to see one at a show. I've never been to an all Ford show, but I've only seen two other Fairlanes like the 65. And I almost bought the other one, and it was gone like that before I bought this one.
They usually are.
And the other 65 I saw was on a trailer coming back from Ohio from a show. So,
if you do ever think about it, though, you can do the, and I don't know how many lug nuts are on your wheels, but if you can go to a wreck yard and find an old trashed out 5.0 Mustang or actually any of them, but typically it's the Fox Body Mustang. That five lug conversion / disc brake conversion is super easy, and you'll be able to pick it up for pennies on the dollar because it's a wrecked car.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they do with these is Granada. They use the old Ford
Yep.
Granada.
My grandfather had a Granada.
Yeah, a lot of them do that. There's I don't know. I would probably do fronts at least because there's honestly nothing wrong with drums. This
Oh
isn't
no,
gonna
no,
be
not at all, not at all.
Yeah.
A lot of people would do it if they wanted, like if they had an older Mustang and they want to go with like the 5 stars, the 5-star wheels, or just more up to, like if they wanted to resto mod it, they would go to a wreck yard, pull the 5 plugs off and do the disc swap.
That's probably engine wise too. It's pretty much the same. Mine's a 289, but the block for like the 289, the 260, 302s were all pretty much the same right up through the 80s. There's different variations, different mounts, but
yeah,
I don't. This is going to be a cruiser.
I know, and that's the thing with those engines. They can make stupid power for little money.
But I'm already been getting too many tickets the last couple of years, so yeah.
Gotta learn where those cops sit, man.
Well, I know where they sit. It's just they catch me when they're moving.
I had that happen to me once. I went down to the near Albany area for a Christmas party, and I was coming on my way back home on the thruway, and trooper got me going in the opposite direction. I'm like,
Yeah, my last one was when we went camping a couple months ago with the trailer attached. But that was light changed. And it was like I was almost there, and I'm like, I got to go through. And of course, local town cop was just sitting there coming through the other side. I'm like, wait a minute, you had to blow through the light to turn around and come get me.
Even though, like I said, my father's a retired sheriff, that's something that always bugged the hell out of me. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you're towing something.
All right. And it was New York again.
Of course.
My usual.
Just counting the days, man. I don't know how many days it's going to be, but I'm just counting the days.
Yeah, that's what my wife and I are planning in 2 years. We got one more graduation in 2 years. Two graduations this coming year and one more the following year. We want to go down to Tennessee. We're going to start looking. I've already looked like Bristol area because I'm still close enough to come up here, still close enough to go to Virginia. Anything happen in Kentucky, Virginia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Florida, whatever. That's like a day trip. 8 hours one way, 8 hours this way, But I know the living around Bristol is supposed to be fairly inexpensive. The weather's not bad. Like they said, 12 inches of snow for the entire year. I'm like,
oh, geez.
That's like one day here.
It's average daily snowfall here.
Yeah. I'm like, I can deal with it. I don't want to deal with snow tires, snow blowers. If I got to dust the shovel off once a year, I'm happy. Get some decent property down there.
Yeah,
let's say I'll probably still work when I retire, but
I'll never fully retire. I'll always have to do, even if it's volunteering for like a veterans charity or something. I'm gonna have to do something. I can't stand not being busy.
Yeah. As I said, if I can make a couple bucks off of YouTube, make a couple bucks off of selling some merch, get a little part-time job, and spend the rest of my time riding, whether 2 wheels, 3 wheels, cruising in the car. I don't care what it is. Camping. No. We already looked at another camper. My wife's got the bug now, but she wants something bigger. Wants something bigger than the pop-up, though. I love the pop-up. The only issue with the pop-up is storage.
Yeah.
So
what's up, Toby and Jason?
Yeah.
How's Tricks?
I'm trying to do my best to act like to to cover down on Randy. Be the silent partner until
Right. That's all I'm doing is trying to cover for Randy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
since I already asked you, CDL, and I know the answer, just want to say best of luck to you, Toby, today for your Colts, and you, Jason, for your Bengals.
Colts already won.
Oh, that's right. They played. Never mind.
They played in Germany.
That's right. Congratulations. I forgot about that. They were playing in Germany.
And they go into a bye week. So they're going into a bye week at 500. So I'm happy.
They're playing real well, and I think Big Tony's going to be a great addition to that roster when he comes back next year after his shoulder situation gets taken care of.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're definitely heading in the right direction. And the Bengals, man, the Bengals are just the Bengals. I mean, they had a slow start to the season. Burrow, was hurt obviously for a little bit. Yeah, I know. I see it. But, I mean.
I don't know nothing about the Bengals.
I thought your very first time we came to your house, you had a Bengals singing. You had like a thing with candy in it that had the Bengals on it.
You sure that
wasn't?
Oh, yeah.
Wife won that at Super Bowl party or something. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, then I haven't been following college football too much because Syracuse sucks, but I hope Ohio State won yesterday if they played.
Yep, they played. They won.
Nice. Yeah,
They're
Syracuse
still in the
hasn't been
top four.
competitive in decades.
They're like number 3 or number 4? They're number 3.
No, unfortunately, they're number 1 right now.
Not in the Big Ten. I'm talking about the nation.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're number 1 right now.
No, they're not. They lost to Georgia. The poll came out again about 6 to 10 minutes ago.
Oh, I haven't seen that poll. Then that's good. I hate it when they're number 1. They lose when they're number 1.
Yeah, no. Georgia's number 1. I think Michigan's number 2. Ohio, I think, is number 3, and I think Florida State is number 4.
You know what? I might have seen something flash across there. Said that, but I don't know.
I got to figure out how to.
I have a hard
figure out how to
time
put
watching some of these idiots on YouTube. I mean, these guys on YouTube.
I got to figure out how to put a sports ticker on the bottom of this. There should be a link somewhere.
There you go.
Sports and NASCAR and stock exchange and stock exchange.
I told
price
you
sucks
NASCAR's
right now.
over.
Yeah,
Till February.
Yep.
they don't have like a postseason, a minor league, whatever, underage. Underage driving.
Flat tire driving.
Yeah.
That's called running moonshine, CDL.
Yeah.
That's mud track and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they have the racetrack up here. They do all kinds of weird shit. I'd love to go up one day though, when they do like the school bus circle jerk thing, whatever it's called, the figure 8
Yep.
racing. Yeah.
The one down there by Toby Northern. You want to set up a get together? That's when you do it. The one in Spartan, Kentucky. They have track days where you donate to Children's Hospital. So 1, you donate to Children's Hospital. That's always a good thing. And 2, that donation will get you laps on the track, and you can take your motorcycle.
Oh, nice.
Me and the wife's done it. The wife done it for my birthday one year. She bought me laps on the track, and the problem is it's an 80-mile-an-hour speed limit. You're only allowed to go 80 mile an hour. Well, that's what the paperwork says, but like the guy told me, he said the only people with speedometers is you and me.
All right.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have a speedometer, it doesn't work.
Right.
Oops.
What'd you say? Don't have a speedometer?
Yeah, no speedometer.
On what? The
I don't
Chonda?
know.
You don't need one.
Nah. It works.
That's how it was on the Navy. Didn't need one on the Navy.
Yeah. I feel the vibrations like Marky Mark. That was a singer rapper for you kids that are under 40. That's the guy that does movies now.
I'll be right back.
All right.
All right.
Let's see. Yeah, it looks like we got 8 people now. Ooh, we're flying in numbers now, folks.
Well, we usually have a late crowd come in,
Yeah,
especially
usually
all those
not 40 minutes late though.
right? All those people that live in warmer climates that are actually able to ride on Sunday before
Yeah.
the start.
Yeah, that's what I said. I got so much shit to do. This is the worst year of riding I've had in a long time, but
I
that's
was
my
gonna
own
say,
fault.
yeah, I've only known you for what 3.5 or so years, but
It was
yeah.
nice going on the 2 trips this year. To say Owen was fun. Fam was fun. Got wet on the dragon.
Which of
Apparently I
the
did.
which
For
of
you,
the
for
two
me.
did you prefer for the trips?
That's I don't know. I mean, it was nice to do something different for Owen. I've been wanting to go down the triple nickel for years.
Same.
You know, I wish there was some place closer to stay near the hillbilly hot dogs so it could actually had more than one hot dog. The 70-mile, what was it, like 70 miles back to the hotel, something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Well, Hillbilly Hot Dogs in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing
Yeah.
near that.
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
Yeah. So I say that's my only worry is I would have to shit myself on the way back. Especially
Right.
on was it Route 2, that one road that was all torn up?
Yep.
I fucking bottomed out my suspension on that one. I was like, holy shit. That was bad. That one section. You could tell that must get washed out all the time.
Yeah, we had that one section where we had that was all chip sealed for a couple of miles, and
Yeah.
we had that one turn, and freaking traction control on Kristen's Rebel kicked in, and because I started to feel the back end start to slide out a little bit.
I had that on my bike a couple times. That made me think about it. I was still thinking about it when we did the Dragon in Virginia that day because I slid 2 or 3 times that day. We rode down through triple nickel. That was my fault. I hit the double yellow on that one. But coming back over that one bridge where they had like the metal dividers,
Mm-hmm.
both of my tires slid on those metal dividers because we got hit in rain coming back.
Actually, Lawson, if look up Point Pleasant, that's where the Mothman Museum is down there.
Yeah.
That's not a bad little town. That's a old school, town. That'd be a good place to stay. That puts you not far from Hillbilly Hot
Yeah.
Dogs there.
Yeah, that seemed like it was a cool little joint there at that town.
Yeah, maybe we could put something together with all of us or something, go down that way. And
I'd be down for that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to. I did 3 trips this year. I did the Route 66 trip. I did OWN, and I did FDBM, Five Dirty Biker Meetup.
Yeah.
Of the 3, I would say I probably had the most fun at OWN because I actually got to ride.
Yeah.
Route 66 trip was special because that's been a bucket list trip of mine since I was a kid. It was rough because of the heat. I was in a climate controlled car.
You had air conditioning. Shush.
I was just let me finish. I was just about to say I was in a climate controlled car and I was dying. I felt so bad for Jason, Mike, and Dale. At one point during the days we were stopping like every hour so that they could pour some water on them and get like some electrolyte drinks in them, some Gatorade and whatnot, because it was just freaking brutal.
That was my fault because I lead, and I tell everybody this when I lead. I'm like, if you need to stop, you need to let me know because I won't stop. I'm not
right.
I guess I'm not smart enough. But the way to actually do long distance rides with that many people, with a mixed crowd of people, whether it's 3, 10, 12, whatever, is do about 100, 125 miles, stop for a short stay. And that's why I told Dale 1 cigarette and we're out of here because that keeps your stay short. But if you do it 100, 125 miles, stop for, 10, 15 minutes, and then take off, you can ride all day and you'd be amazed how many miles you can get that way.
Yeah.
And it won't wear everybody out. It gives everybody enough break and enough in between time. Even it doesn't matter if you're on freeway or back roads. It's actually a good way to get it going like that.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me that before we signed up for the trip. When I was under the impression that a certain dealership in Ohio was going to have my lowrider ST ready in time for the Route 66 trip. You're like, I ride tank to tank, man. If you need to stop, you need to let me know, and I was cool with that.
Yeah. That's how I like the last 2 years of me riding a van by myself. It's like I have my stops already planned out. I'm not there more than 15 or 20 minutes though, because I worry I'll have like a snack real quick, couple drinks, you know.
Yeah, I just
all
think it's
this.
funny. Everybody's like, I'm down for that. I'm down for that until you do it. And then they're like, man,
Yeah.
you're beating me up. Oh, sorry, dude.
Yeah.
I told you I'm not smart enough to stop. I just keep going.
Well, I'm the type person. Even if I'm hurting bad, I'm just stubborn enough to get through it. I mean, I might be walking funny the next day, but
Yeah. That's why I didn't do the bull riding at van. I'm like, I gotta ride the bike home the next day. I'll let the young ladies do the bull riding, I guess. It was more entertaining for the that's the best video I've ever gotten for VAM too, 600 something views because I had boobs in it. And I'm like, that's what I got to do to get videos. I'm gonna have to put boobs in
Put
every
the boobs
video.
in the
I don't know.
thumbnail.
Yeah.
right,
I mean, it worked for Sturgis, so
right. I was about to say. I was just about to say that.
I just have to make sure I stop and look at boobs on every ride. I'll go to some barbecue place, barbecue and boobs. There you go, 600 views easy.
They have places like that. It's called Hooters.
That's not barbecue though.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I went to a Hooters one time. Yeah, their chicken wings sucked, and so did the boobs.
Honestly, the
They used to have one in Erie. They had
last
one in
time I've been
Erie.
there was in San Antonio when I was stationed at Fort St. Houston, Texas, for a combat lifesaver course.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
that was.
they had one in Erie. They had a
Yeah, we did have one here in Rochester, but it closed down a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah, the 80s and
Yeah.
90s are gone. So the sexist, restaurants like that are viewed as sexist as nothing. It doesn't do any good for them anymore.
yeah.
Hey, Des.
Hey,
But yeah, look at this like this. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't have to go. And some of those servers make more in tips in one
Oh, yeah.
night than I'll make in an entire week.
oh yeah, yeah.
Now
That's I've worked in the restaurant industry for many
Same.
years, and they definitely make more in tips. But I don't like the new system now where people they want like tips right when you first pay at a lot of restaurants. It's how do I know how the service is going to be if I haven't gotten the damn food yet? you know. So and it's pretty much everywhere. It's all tap your card. Oh, do you want to leave a tip? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't gotten the food or the drinks yet. How do I know it's gonna not suck?
I feel seen so much right now, Dave. I stand up all the time. Either that or my favorite is to if I have space, if I'm not taking a long enough trip to have my my sissy bar bag on, I'll put my ass up on the shelf of my step up seat.
Yeah.
I'm sure it looks funny as hell.
That's it. Like on the Chanda, I did that video. I cut the hump right out of the damn seat. I sit all the way back now. As tall as that bike was, it was still like cramped. Like I slide way back on the seat now. I did the same thing with that Suzuki because I redid the seat on that years ago. That 450 is so small, like I can sit all the way back. I used to have a sissy bar and rack on that bike. I could lean against the sissy bar in the back and still reach and stretch out. So, yeah, I put the link in there. If anybody else wants to join, they can. The shenanigans. Hasn't been too shenanigan yet. We only
Nah.
talked about boobs once and kitty cats once. So we haven't even bothered with the two crazy questions we had today. We'll just worry about it later, I guess. I'm not.
Well, I already asked the
Too
two
bad.
of them. I'll ask you, Toby, now that you're back with us. Of all the trips that you did this year, which was your favorite?
Well, first of all, in answer to Interview Pro Dave, you just have to listen because our Old Spice jingle has popped on a few times,
Yeah.
but it's just a matter of it popping on again.
Yeah.
But so
we're up to 9.
You're saying out of all the stuff this year so far?
Yeah. All the stuff out of this riding season. That can include VAM, or sorry, scratch that, reverse it. That can include 5 Dirty Bikers. I mean, I know that's not really a trip per se because it's only like an hour away from you, but
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's a good question because I could say easily, I didn't go to VAM this year, but I could say Own was a good one. But
definitely.
The rides up to and back were really good, and the rides around were really good. You guys killed that. But I also had we had a ride to West Virginia last month that was really good too. So had a lot of them. It's had some good. I don't want to say a lot. We had a few good rides this year. Oh crap! Then we're talking about Milwaukee, and then we talked about the Great American Convoy. So it's been a pretty good one.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the Great American Convoy.
Except for the damn roads, the ride up till the 120th was good, but the roads up that way suck, and back between Chicago and Wisconsin, that was awful.
Trying to remember which way did you guys go?
The way the Google told us to.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the worst roads. I think when I went out that way were probably in Michigan. Ohio wasn't bad. I did a lot of I did mostly highway out to Sturgis, but I'm trying to think. There's some spots where I went off of 90.
Yeah.
Did some other roads. Wisconsin, all I remember is corn everywhere. And not even
for us,
I don't know.
I guess I'll just claim this. For us, as far as I'm concerned, our best ride was our longest one. That was the one we went to Maine through Canada and back and got to meet Jarvis and got to meet Harley's Diner, Dave for Harley's Diners ride. When you can ride internationally crossing borders and still meet people and all that, that's you can't forget that stuff.
Yeah, it was nice finally meeting Jarvis this year. He's literally across the lake from me too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like if I jumped in a boat, I could go right to his town. Right across the lake.
Well, we used to have that fast ferry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jason. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, all those guys are within 2 hours of Lawson if you could go straight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a standing invitation to go ride with Jarvis, and I'm up there. So
yeah, that would be great, Travis.
I've always said if I go to Sturgis again in the near future, it's going to be through Canada. Do something different. Hey, I get to do kilometers an hour. I'll have to switch my speedometer over.
I didn't. No. We were riding, got up there, and that was annoying as hell because, of course, there's more kilometers in a distance than there's a mile. So it looked like it was a longer thing. So mentally, for draining me, I was like, I went on the GPS and switched it to miles all the time. I was like, God, that was much better.
You do 100 up there, 100 kilometers an hour. Not get in trouble. Yeah.
I mean, up there, 100 kilometers an hour is only like 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So I say I can't get in trouble for doing 100. Of course, I'd be doing it in probably a 30-mile-an-hour zone. It's only 50 through here, eh? Slow down.
Right.
Might hit a moose.
Yeah, I haven't been to Canada in a long time, so that would be cool.
No, I haven't been to Canada since you didn't need a passport. That's
Same.
how long it's been.
It's been, well, let's see, I haven't been in the water in 15 years, and it was probably about 2 or 3 years before then. So you're talking 18 years. I went up to Ontario to go diving with a buddy of mine.
Yeah. Yeah, the last time I crossed the border was my ex-wife and I went up there. That's the first time I saw Tim Hortons before they invaded us. And I thought it was cool that now it's like, oh, there's 5 of them in Jamestown. So
Right.
it's just another McDonald's.
Pretty much. Unless you get the one that's the combined Timmy Ho and Stone Cold Creamery.
Yeah, we had one of those too. That was a ripoff.
Yeah.
It's $10 for a fucking ice cream cone. Come on. Oh, look, we're rolling it on a stone. It's cold.
Right.
Yeah,
We did it once.
yeah.
I had a hankering for a peanut butter cup ice cream. And that's after McDonald's had stopped doing the peanut butter cup McFlurry. So
Yeah. We have it's actually a half mile from here. It's a ice cream place. It's called the Straw Hat. It's been owned by a couple different families, but the current family that owns it gets ice cream from Penn State Bakery. That's the ice cream's made right at Penn State. That's way better than getting Perry's or Hershey's or anything else. They have tons of flavors. Then Jamestown has a place called the 50s. It's like a old school burger fry type place. They do peanut butter milkshakes. They do whatever flavored milkshakes you
nice.
want. Jalapeno, cheddar burgers, bacon burgers with mushroom, whatever. It's like the old school burger places. And they have 2 of them. They do good too because one of the places used to be a Dairy Queen, and that Dairy Queen went out of business, and they're doing fine. So that tells you anything.
Yeah, Travis, there's also a Cold Stone. When this is a couple of years ago. I don't know if they're still there, but we took the kids up to the aquarium in Cincinnati, and that whole plaza right there, that little, I don't know what you call it. You know, where you got a little outdoor plaza there to attract people to come there, give them something to do along with the aquarium. But there was a Cold Stone Creamery in that thing. So
Mall.
yeah, like a little strip mall, whatever it was. Not a strip mall.
Yeah, we still have one here in Rye, at least one in Rye. I know we had like 3 of them, but I think I know the one in Webster closed. So
Ride motorcycle, eat ice cream. That's exactly right.
Yep.
There's a place here around Erie too. There used to be 2 of them. It's called Buddy Brewster's. I don't know if that's a chain or not, but they used to do a where they would bake like a hot apple thing every day, and then you'd go there and get like the vanilla ice cream on that. I was like homemade.
Yeah, I was trying, if at all possible, I try and patron family-owned local businesses rather than a chain. But
yeah,
sometimes it's not possible for whatever reason.
Yeah, if you're in a hurry, sometimes you just got to grab whatever, like Sheets. I love Sheets, but they took away
really,
Tots.
man. They need to make you an ambassador, man.
I already asked. They said, "Well, we just like what everybody else shares with us." I'm like, "Yeah, you could." They don't even do tater tots anymore, so I'm kind of boycotting them.
Really?
Oh yeah, that was
That's like a staple.
Oh yeah, yeah. Every time they post something on Facebook or Instagram, now people are like roasting them. We got to bring back tots. You got to bring back tots. I'm like, how do you get rid of like one of your main side dishes? Not everybody likes the fancier shit that they have.
Right.
Like they have hash browns still. You can get them all day, but like you get 2 or 3. It's not like a big bucket of. You could get a bucket of tater tots. Like that's the weirdest shit ever to get rid of.
Yeah, no kidding. That don't make no kind of sense.
Nope. Yeah, we're getting one here in Northeast, so I'll be back on the train again here soon.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be right off the exit where you got off to meet me that time.
Cool.
Yeah.
How far are you from that exit?
Couple minutes.
I was just saying because it didn't take too long when I texted you that morning.
Yeah, there's 2 exits of 90 here in
Right.
Northeast, so I can go either direction.
Well, it just made it easy because there was the quick fill right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a truck stop quick fill.
Yep.
There's usually there's a big spot next to it where semis can park. But up the road from that now too, we've got a Love's. They pissed me off though because that Love's got rid of the high octane. All they have now is the car diesel, the regular 87, and they got an 87 non-ethanol.
They don't even have 91.
They got rid of it. I went up there with the Scout one day to go to work because I had to go that way, get gas, and because the gas was like 30 cents cheaper per gallon.
Right.
At Love's. But yeah, they got rid of the high octane one day. I'm like, well, I'm done there.
Yep.
You got to watch that Love's though. I stopped there one day and used a credit card. It put like $170 hold.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what most of them around here do. That they do 125 or 175.
Yeah,
Yeah, on a debit.
I found
On a
that.
debit.
Yep,
Yeah.
debit or credit.
Yeah, on my way back from Route 66, Jason, I stopped in, was it Arizona or Texas? I don't remember. And it was the Love's. And I filled up and I used my Costco card because we get like 3% whatever back for fuel and food. And Kristen has it set up to it automatically lets her know whenever something happened on it. And she's calling me like, what the hell did you buy at Love's? I didn't buy anything. Yeah, they put a hold on it. It sucks. I mean,
Yeah.
Here in New York, I don't know how it is where you all live, but here in New York, some gas stations, if you use your bank card and you have the choice of debit or credit and you put it in as debit, they'll ping the bank, and like, let's say you need to put $50 worth of gas in your car or truck, and you've got like 75 or something like that, or they put a hold on it or something to that effect. So I always just whatever we need to do it before we got, because we've only had the Costco card for about a year now. We just got a membership, but about a year ago. But whenever I would put our ESL for Federal Credit Union debit card in there, I always put it in as a credit card so it wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Because I know there was one time I had to get gas and I didn't even have $100 in my account. But it wouldn't let me get gas. I was pissed.
Oh, we've all been there.
Yeah. So that's why when I go on trips now, I always make sure I got at least 2 or 3 cards. Because that first trip I went on to West Virginia, that meetup, I had 3 different credit cards with me, luckily, because I was using one card to get gas. And then one day it said, no, we won't let you do it. And it wasn't a balance thing. It was like, oh, there's some reason this card's getting used out of the normal area that I would use it. And they stopped it. I had to call them. I'm like, hey, it's me. I'm just on a trip.
That's weird. Yeah, because that's what I used on the Route 66 trip. I used the Costco card strictly for gas.
That's what the last couple years now with like VAM and stuff, I like alternate stops. I use different cards just to make sure they don't do it. Plus, it doesn't run up a lot. I can pay the other one off quicker when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. A lot of places aren't taking cash anymore either for concerts this year. So, you got to have a free card to use. Yeah. I know it depends on the gas stations too. Like I said, like Love's is 175, Quick Fill's $125 hold around here. I'm not sure about like we have Country Fair and different companies.
Good point, Des. I never thought of it like that. Thank you for pointing that out. So for those that don't see it, Des put in there, never use your debit card as a credit card. Debit is to get money from the bank ATM only. Once they have access to your debit account, they have access to your money.
Hey, Technic Rides just showed up.
Hey, Nick, what's up?
That's what I got to figure out too. When we do the VAM trip, I'll probably most likely do VAM unless something's going on. But I got to figure out hotels and stuff again. I didn't mind the hotel we stayed in last year. to say it was a little further away, but it was closer to the where the dinner was.
Where did you end up staying this year?
Next town over, whatever it is.
Claypool.
Yeah, over by Claypool.
Yeah, I stayed at the in 2021. I stayed at the Super 8 in Claypool. That
I
was
think that's what it was.
it was a decent place.
Because it was me, Nick. Who else was there? Black Phoenix was there. There was a couple other people on trikes there that stayed.
Yeah, in 21 it was me, Randy, Dan, and his wife, and his Dan's brother.
Yeah.
And I think there were some other people there too, but I didn't know who they were at the time, at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else was there. Oh, Minomoto. Minomoto was there. He stayed last year. Yeah, it was nice hanging out. We got that. Well, it's the best part. I say I like hanging out at the hotel more than anything else sometimes.
It depends on the ride. I mean, yeah, we always have a good time, but I mean, same thing like with Owen, man. Riding the triple nickel and going to Hillbilly Hot Dogs was awesome.
Yeah, it's always fun doing the rides. I said though, I like talking to everybody.
Oh, definitely.
Hanging out. Having a drink. Whether you drink or not, I'm having a drink. So
I'm drinking. I'm just not drinking something with alcohol in it. That's all.
Yeah.
And even that's not always 100%. Every now and again, I might have if they have it and it's reasonably priced, I may have a shot of Patron.
Yeah. That's what I thought was funny too this year. And I didn't notice it previously at VAM the last couple of years. It was cheaper for me to buy alcohol than it was for me to buy food at the gas station next door.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Where that Super 8 was, there was a gas station you could walk right over.
Yep,
and
there's a little hill right there with the McDonald's. Yep. And if you go up that road, go ahead.
I could buy a 4-pack of alcohol, whatever it was I was drinking. It cost me more to buy a small thing of pizza bites to throw in the microwave.
Yeah, if you hang a right out of that parking lot, go up the road past that McDonald's and that quick fill or whatever the heck it is, and then make the immediate right and go down that hill. Less than a mile down the way is a pizza place that's got some pretty good pie.
Yeah. Yeah. Maintenance before long trips. Yeah. Yeah. My Dumb Life had a question.
Yes,
I should start putting some of these questions up on the thing.
I'll answer you real quick, Travis. I've never had a maintenance issue on a trip. If I did, I probably would stop at a dealership. Every Harley dealership should have at least one tech available, short notice to at least for Harley. Should have be available to fix something. If something happens, at least that's what I've been told.
You had something, Toby, too, didn't you? When we went to Own.
Yeah.
You wanted, because you went.
They got him in right away. I mean, it took a couple hours, but we had some fun. Spent a little money at the dealership.
Yeah,
we had lunch together, the four of us.
Because that Harley dealership had the other dealership across the parking lot too, with the Yamahas and
Yep.
Was it CSC or something like that?
Yep.
They had some nice bikes. I would have liked they'd done some demo rides on some of the dual sports and stuff over there.
I was about to say, I'm glad we didn't stay there too much longer. I might have went home with that Pan America. Kristen would have killed me, but that thing was loaded to the nines with every option.
They had a couple nice used bikes too there, Harley.
Yeah.
Dealership. I was saying, because I looked at a couple of the Heritages for the hell of it. That said, that's always been my favorite. So
I will say this, Travis. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to put together a tool roll to take with me starting next season, because all the rides I'm going to do for the rest of this year based on weather are all going to be local for the most part.
Yeah.
but I want to definitely have a tool roll together. I want to put together a first aid kit, stuff like that. And
Yeah, that's why I still want a motorcycle camp. I probably won't go very far for that one. I like
want
the
to do it
comfort of
once.
that. Yeah.
I want to do it once.
That's
Just
something I want to figure out. Like, I don't know
Take
if I'm
care,
ever.
Maurice. You have a good one. Ride safe wherever you are. Be healthy.
Yep.
Stay healthy.
Thanks, Maurice. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. Because I'd rather do it on like a dual sport type bike. That way I can just ride out into the woods. You know, there's places all over Pennsylvania where you could kind of off-road and camp. That's kind of like what I want to do. Probably wouldn't be more than a weekend. I don't want to ride more than a few hours too, because I know laying on the ground after riding sucks. So that's just something I want to knock off my bucket list. I love camping. So
You too. There's a time and place for tent and all that. And it's
Yeah.
the U.S. military.
that's how I said I love pitching. I love pitching a tent in an air conditioned hotel room.
Bingo.
Yeah. So Dave says he doesn't travel much.
I feel that, Dave.
Yeah, he came to the first fam in his truck, so
Yeah, I remember.
that worked out good because I still have that electrical tape on my lights from the first fam. Bubba and Dave helped me out there. Yeah, I don't travel much.
It's my
Yeah, I
thing
know.
too. I'm not a camping person. Did enough of it. I'm done with it.
Yeah,
If I did do it, it would have to be in early-ish spring. Well, I'm sorry, late spring or early fall.
that's
So-
what I'm thinking. Like a September camp out would be good. Go a couple hours. You know, it's not too hot, not too cold. You know, probably if you went to a state campground like I've been doing, at least you got like the showers and shit there too.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
the last campground we stayed at didn't have the electricity, but at least you had the showers there. If you wanted to bring in small coffee maker, you could plug it in the damn bathroom. You know, there was three guys from Canada. I wish I would have talked to them more. There was 3 guys from Canada at the last campground we went to. They were motorcycle camping. You know, they set up in the dark because they didn't show up till late at the campground. Of course, it gets dark around here at fucking 6, 7 o'clock. So,
right.
but yeah, they travel all over, and that's all they do. They said just go to state campgrounds in the U.S. They come down from Canada, and their bikes were nothing fancy. One had a Triumph, beat up Triumph. You know, one had a Royal Enfield. They were all mid-sized, small-sized bikes. A lot of miles on them. The one guy had a hell of a time starting his up in the morning. I think his was probably still carbureted. The other 2 guys had fuel injection, were like, blip.
Yeah.
Started right up. The other guy's like, you know, trying to crank it over for like 5-10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they were all out there camping. They had their little solo stoves with scrambled eggs and making breakfast. Went over to check out.
I don't want to be rude. You guys can keep going, but I do need to sign off. I told you guys earlier what I had to jump to do.
Right,
after.
right.
All right.
You guys can stay on. I gotta check out. Thanks for having me on this time.
Yeah.
All right,
You
brother.
guys next
See ya.
month.
Keep us updated.
Yeah.
Will do.
All right, brother.
Yeah, we've been on for an hour. We haven't had more than 9 people watching, so that's all right. We can blow the dust off my new setup. Seems to be working flawlessly.
Yeah.
Knock
Haven't
on
had
wood.
any issues at all. And I agree totally with you, Jason. If I had a bike to ride for the Route 66 trip, I definitely would have had a tool roll, first aid kit, a battery jumper pack, all that stuff.
You was in a car. You should have at least had it for everybody else.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I was just trying to read through some of the comments.
Hey. Thank you, Des. Yes, if you guys want a moto camp, get you a camper. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She says, do it like Mr. McStash. That's right. Living in style. I got ceiling fans, flat screen, coffee. Yeah. Me and
Coffee
wife
is
do it at night.
mandatory.
We go riding during the day and then sleep at night, and that's it.
Yeah.
I will.
Well, we're down to 7 again. Oh boy.
I will say this, Jason. I was there when it mattered the most.
Damn. Yeah, we'll have to figure out when to do the next stream, I guess. Try to get us all on here for as long. I don't care if we're on here 45 minutes or 2 hours. You know, just said we kind of freestyled it today.
Yeah, the one that we did on Friday with Toby for Veterans Day, pre Veterans Day. I think we were live for 3.5 hours. I want to say.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. This is a hard time slot to do too, because I don't want to do it when other people are doing their live streams. And
well, we got a lot. Again, like I said, we got a lot of people that are our usual audience, which is good that we have a lot of returning people, but they some of them live in areas where they can still comfortably ride without having to put on all the cold weather gear. Plus, you're up against football and other family stuff on Sundays. A lot of people, Sunday is the family day because you spend Saturday doing all the crap you didn't get to get done Monday through Friday.
Oh yeah, that's what I say. I did my wife's snow tires today. If we weren't doing the live stream, I'd probably be out there putting the bearings in the Chonda. So, but I got to do this too. I need the.
She still got the Sportage?
No, she got rid of that a couple years ago.
Okay, I was just saying. I thought I remember you saying something, but I couldn't. Yeah. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, she's got the big Kia.
Oh, the Sorrento.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a fully loaded one too. So, well, we don't travel in that one because she leases it. We're gonna travel.
We always did too. The only reason we were gonna buy out the Sportage before it got stolen was because with everything going on because of the pandemic and all that, car prices, leasing prices went through the roof. We were actually going to save $250 a month to buy out our lease rather than lease a new vehicle. And then when it got stolen, we were just like, we're never buying another Kia again, which is a shame because they do make a damn good vehicle.
Yeah, but, I probably won't get one again. I mean, we'll see. Like her vehicle doesn't have much miles on it because of the lease and stuff. But I mean, if it's the option for her to buy it out afterwards because she likes it. She doesn't drive very far now because she works from home. Her son drives it more than she does. So
right.
But it's nice. It's just the kids are going to be gone and soccer's over forever. My daughter's done swim too. So
actually, I was just about to say, have you got any meets or anything coming up?
No, she's done. Done. She doesn't want to swim in college. My stepson doesn't want to do soccer in college. So he's going to be gone too because he wants to go down to where her parents live near Myrtle Beach. So college. My daughter will probably go to college where I go to work. So because she can go for free. She's trying to get into the dorms there, which I got to try and tell her not to go to the dorms just because you don't want to live with your mother. But
well, not only that, but you're talking.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah. Well, she can go for free. It's just.
I know, but can she stay in the dorms for free as well?
I don't think so.
I was going to say most colleges,
But I don't like those dorms anyway. But that's another story.
You have inside information.
Yeah, we have to clean the freaking things in the summer. So
that used to piss me off all the time. When I had to go to campus at SUNY Brockport for a class or whatever, and I'd go into one of the bathrooms and they were just horrendous. And I'm like, seriously? I'm like, you kids. I mean, because you got to remember, I was probably at least a good 10, 15 years older than most of my classmates. And I'm just like, the frig. Did your parents teach you any manners?
Nope.
And by the way, Des, thanks, but you're really trying to make you really want to see an old man cry, don't you? 77 degrees, I love it. Someday. Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know what day.
Oh,
And then there were two.
yeah. This is, I don't know. We got a good side chat, but not our usual side chat. So,
As long as they, I mean, completely up to you, man. I know you got stuff to do, but if they're interacting with us and they want us to stay on and you want to stay on, I'm cool. If not, I'm cool too.
yeah. Yeah, we're down to 6. I don't know. I don't know if McStash was coming back or if whatever, but
Give it a couple minutes just to check. But,
yeah, we really don't have the views going on today. So,
it's our first one and all that. I mean, heck, even Travis 55, that's not too bad. It's well, I can tell you exactly what it is here right now. It's cold, I know, I can tell you that.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Dave says it's 47 in his side of PA. I don't know what it is. It's
42 feels like 38.
Yeah, it's 45 here.
And then Monday through Thursday, no rain at all, basically. 54, 45, 56, 57. So you bet my ass is going riding.
Yeah. I thought I heard a beat. I don't know. But, it's just the two of us.
I agree, Travis. Yeah. I mean, I usually promote our live streams on my Instagram channel as well. I didn't this time. I haven't been on Instagram a whole lot recently, and if I do, it's literally just jumping on and checking DMs and stuff like that. So, ooh, yeah. I know that one well, Travis. I currently, knock on wood, don't have anything, but yeah, I have allergies and get sinus issues year round. This time of year is the worst for me because once the heat gets put on, it dries me out and it's just, oh God, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I got like 7 viewers. Yeah, this is probably our lowest turnout, but we'll just have to keep clicking away till people come back or don't. I don't care. I do, but I don't.
I'm sure we'll get more people. I mean, come, next one will be in December. I mean, a lot of people won't be riding, or a lot more people won't be riding. All I know is I just really want to start planning out stuff for 2024. The only one we have set in stone right now is VAM. We're definitely going to VAM. Kristen and I are going together. Depending on situation, like I said, her bike's at the dealership. She's getting some mini apes put on, and stuff like that, so they can roll the bars back a little bit. And then she's got to get some ride time in, and if it works out, we can potentially ride down. I'm thinking it, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, it might be a 2-day trip. Well, of course you're already done planning out 2024, Daz. I'm surprised you're not already on to 2025. Speaking of which, I will say this: 2026, everybody, is the 100th anniversary of Route 66. I went with the Badgers, and McStash and I roomed together on that trip. The deal with me and Kristen is that I could go on that trip because that's been a bucket list trip for me since I was a kid. But I could go on the trip, but the what do you call it? The caveat was that she and I were going to do it together next year. Well, we stopped in a couple of places and they were like, you do you, but just to let you know, 2026 is going to be the 100th anniversary, and all the towns along the route are pretty much going to be pulling out all the stops.
Yeah.
So, if you've ever wanted to do Route 66, 2026 is probably Yes, it does count very much so. Hopefully our paths will cross at some point.
Yeah.
So I will say this, Kristen and I will, one way or another, whether we're going to be riding, driving. I mean, I would prefer to ride, obviously. I don't care if we got to rent a trike to do it. For the two of us to be able to ride together, because I don't know if she's going to be in that kind of shape by then as far as riding, or unfortunately Honda and the aftermarket have just really not shown the Rebel 1100 much love. And granted, this is me talking about me riding on her bike, so it might be a lot different for her once she gets used to it, but we're definitely going to do the trip. So if anybody's been thinking about it, and hit me up on Instagram, DM me, whatever, email me, fuddlefiend@gmail.com, whatever you want to do. Or see me between then and now, or now and then, at one of the shindigs. I plan to go to more in 2024, since I'll actually have a bike. Travis, you hit the nail on the head. That bike is a blast. She actually got the 1100T with the DCT. I had trepidation at first, and I kind of didn't like it. I put it in sport mode. That thing shifts pretty much exactly how I would shift if I were riding my bikes. I don't shift by RPM. I shift by feel, because that's how I was raised, and that's how I used to drive my Mustangs. I never look at the tachometer. I always shift by sound and by feel. And it's frustrating because the Rebel 1100 is a well, she's in a special situation, Jason. She's got a bum knee, so she had to get something with a DCT, and the Rebel 1100 was the only thing that came with the DCT that she could actually flat foot. The only thing she has to do is put knee bars on it. I'm cramped up on it, but it's not my bike. I've only ridden it 4 or 5 times, so back to you, Travis. It's frustrating. The Rebel 1100 is yeah, exactly, Travis. Myself included. The Rebel 1100 is a new bike. The T is an even newer bike. For 2024, Honda is actually going to be offering the T with an option of a manual transmission as well. But the 300 and 500 have been around for a bit, so the aftermarket just isn't. I mean, I know people who can fabricate stuff. So if Kristen needed something done, we could figure it out. It's frustrating that the aftermarket hasn't because basically I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me correctly, looking at the specification of those 3 bikes, other than the engine, I mean, the frames are the same size, the seats are the same size, the wheels are the same size. Excuse me. So there's no reason why the aftermarket or even Honda can't support it a little more. So, but is what it is.
Yeah, right. What do we got? Anything? Yeah, I think I'm going to call it. Everybody's busy, probably enjoying their nice weather.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming out. We Kristen probably heard me talking about her.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for coming out. We really appreciate you. Apologize that things weren't as lively as it normally is, but we appreciate you. If any of you are veterans, thank you so much for your service. From a fellow veteran myself yesterday. Hope you had a great Veterans Day and welcome home yesterday. And as always, stay shiny side up.
Yep. We'll be back next month. Not sure yet when, but
We'll
Definitely
figure it
next month.
out, and we'll definitely let everybody know.
Yep. Hopefully we'll all be here. Bye, everybody. And